What is going on, people? Welcome back. Johnny here, and we're going to pick up with the Rimhammer, the End Times Beastmen. And we don't have any comments today, but that's okay. I still see these videos are getting some views, so we'll just carry on like the true troopers we are. The warherd is continuing to attack, and back home, we're basically just getting by until we can get out of there. So the warherd, not quite at its destination. It's still got some time, but there's some more raiding to be done. So picking up back at home, we still have this psychic ship, which is affecting females. Fortunately, not many beastmen are females. There's a lower percentage chance of that. Our escaping Minotaur prisoners are still being tended up from last episode. Random chunks laying around. I don't know what the propensity of these pawns is. Like, they just want to go and dump random stuff wherever they find a spot if there's nowhere else to put it. Finally get our first trader outside of space traders that shows up, and that's kind of cool. But they do have a ton of people for sale. They want to buy our people, but or our Minotaur prisoners, but we're not going to sell them. They do have a fella named Zerad who's older, and we're going to buy him. He's going to make an awesome Chaos Ogre. So there you go. We'll get him suited up. We have a lot of equipment for ogres that's literally just been laying in there for a long while. We'll get him kitted out. He can use Minotaur weaponry. There he is. Look at that. Fucking looks badass. Properly. He's still naked. We got to make him some tribal wear or something. But for the time being, the caravan, all the food's going to rot in 8 days. That's a little bit of an issue. Although it is fall, I don't know if the food will freeze on Caravan. I think they're probably too close to the equator for that. But we carry on with the sacrifices in the interest of getting additional pawns. And thus far it doesn't happen. But I'm just going to keep it on with that, because that seems to be the best play. And we do have a combat supplier. We're going to sell some weapons we don't want. This is a space trader. We're also going to buy a bunch of legitimate medicine that's going to be useful. I'm going to buy some... I want to have a handful of those barrels on hand, and then we run into, we reach our trading partner with the caravan as well, so we have some additional trades. Mostly I'm focusing on selling material we don't need and buying food. We need to keep a lot of food on hand, and now we have 26 days of food, although it says it's going to, I don't know how much of it, but some of it's going to rot in 9.8, but we did just buy a ton of pemmikins. So we have 25.1 days till we get to Florida, and we're not going to go directly there, so it is going to take longer than that with the battles we're going to have. And there is another city, so if you guys want me to attack one of these Beastman cities at the risk potentially of the warherd, because moods are going to take a total shit when we do that. We sacrifice a goat here. But anyways, leave a comment, let me know that's what you'd like to see, and I will do it. So the healing potion actually cured an addiction versus a bite scar. And the caravan gets assaulted by a mob of mad harpies, which somehow seems appropriate. I probably shouldn't have stayed on the road because it allowed them to get to me faster. You can see they're fast as heck because they're supposed to be flying. So when I coated those guys up, I made sure to make them extremely fast to try and show that they're flying. And I think I don't know. I'm debating on hanging out and butchering these guys. I'm pretty sure they're going to end up giving us meat, chaos meat that we can't really consume, but whatever. I think we'll give it a shot and see. We can also get some recreation, and I'm going to chop a few trees. And Nutcock's getting attacked by some kind of crazy animal. But on the plus side, it looks like something we can probably butcher. Bam. Okay, so somehow that dude, Ahui Zadal, was tying us up to this map. I don't understand what's causing that. It keeps happening on every time I smash a base, and then I have to go around and figure out which animals must be killed, even though there's no other indication that the animal is a threat. I need to remember to start putting down a caravan hitching spot too, so our critters get rounded up. And we have all manner of mental breaks to prepare for, because none of these people are happy. They should be happy. I should maybe add a mood boost to the entire herd after they smash an enemy settlement. Just like maybe a 3 or 4 day, you know, I don't know, brought destruction to the world kind of thing. Galkraz continues to cast a Java's Life whenever he can on this massive bunch of shooty bastards over here. And as you can see, I'm going to be doing it for a while. It's not going to be long before the drone intensifies to extreme. Our prisoners are getting close to being recruited. Some of them anyway. One of them is at 0.9. And the other dude's at 4.0. That's good. The other guys are like 9 or 10 or 12 above, so it doesn't much matter. But anyways, we do have some of them joining us at this point. Finally, we've been keeping these dudes in prison for a long time in a real shitty tent. It's a wonder they didn't just smash their way out. So I'm looking for some decent ranged weapons. We keep finding small ruins. I keep saying no, but you know, next time I think I'm gonna do it. Why not, you know? Looks like something exciting. So we make it to, or we run into a Skaven salvage trader, buy a little bit of useful foodstuffs, and it's just about it. There's not too much to do. There's an Aurora as we do a sacrifice to the Chaos Gods, and that seems fortuitous and ominous at the same time. We get another Corn Horn. I do end up before too long here deciding to use one of those to see if we can take out all of our foes out there, the robot foes, and we can get the mechs killed by a whole bunch of pissed off animals. Here we go. Let's activate. And all the animals are mad, and they are, some of them are, none of them are even going to make it to these dudes unless a bunch of them go at once. They have no chance. So really all I've done is killed all the wildlife on the map and made it so I can't get much more sacrifice, assuming the wildlife goes down there to attack those dudes. I'm not sure how close they got to get to it, but it's at that point that a bunch of pirates show up. And then I got hopeful that the pirates would go down there and deal with those dicks. And then I realized the pirates had grenades and were hell-bent on blowing up my walls. So, yeah, that's fantastic. At least they took some friendly fire from all their grenades, and the mad animals were doing them some damage as well, but not a lot. A lot of the mad animals are on the left side of the map, and a lot of the action is on the right side. But what are you gonna do? We're just gonna carry on. I need to put various forms of cover around. The way things are running right now, once somebody gets in the base, I have nowhere to hide. Now, part of the reason I'm not super big on that idea is because it creates cover that my enemies can use as well. I'm going to cast a cloud of flies over there. That'll start damaging them. And one of the guys comes in, takes cover, and starts attacking. So I'm just going to go send a Minotaur over there to smash him. It doesn't take much. Alright, well, regardless, it isn't too long before they flee. Now, we still have this problem of a shit ton of mad animals, and they've blown up my wall. And we have a cloud of flies that's going to affect any of our folks who get in there. And clearly we're still shooting Zinch staffs up there to blow up. So, ugh, what a hassle. But yeah, you can see Colgar is in the cloud of flies momentarily. He'll start taking hits from it. If I don't, yeah, see, there he is. And we have to cancel this wall and rebuild it out of something we have. That was a slate wall that we reclaimed. You see, now those dicks are gone and all these animals come over here to attack us. That's really frustrating when they haven't been bothering with the mechs, but I mean, all that really means is they're going to shoot the pants off these guys and smash them to bits with massive weapons. Yeah, here we go. Stupid elk. I like the noises they make. It's like a cow. Anyway, it doesn't take much, and we've smashed them all and carried them off and probably taken a few more wounds from our own magical staffs, but otherwise should probably just by default set those to not fire. More critters go and try and attack the mechs. I don't think a single animal made it over to actually fight the mechs. We end up having to get into a fight with some jerks, some relatively well-armed jerks. And this is going to hurt, but I'm going to see if we can find a safe place to fight, but we can't because they start attacking the animals straight away. And I was a little under the gun in terms of... So I wish you could make pawn groups and then somewhere there was a button, you know, in the upper right there was a button, select pawn group 1, or even if it was a hotkey. Maybe there is that kind of thing where you just hit the, like an old RTS game where you hit 1 and it selects a certain group of dudes, and then you hit 2 and same thing. That would be very useful in this situation. I'll have to look into it, or maybe it's a mod. We are getting blasted to bits here, and our shooty guys are not in the proper position, and our melee guys are rushing to the fore, and Gloomfang's getting ballsy, though. He's just running out and smacking dudes. There's a person with an assault rifle hiding behind. The colonist needs rescue. Fire. Anyways, hiding behind a chem fuel generator. Yeah, this one doesn't go the best, but... And then we start having the mental breaks right in the middle of the battle because it's a caravan, and it's a long, long caravan, and it's beastmen as well. That's part of the problem too. Alright, these guys should be breaking any moment. I'd really like to get myself a hold of some of this armor they have. I mean, they do have pretty awesome looking stuff. I think if it's tainted even, we're just going to take it all. So we do force them to flee, but at a pretty heavy cost. I'm going to take, I don't know, we're taking steel for now too, but if we have to drop it, we will. So we get back on the road. You can see we have three people down and a whole lot of people wounded. We're doing the best we can. Time to go ahead and send another Jabberslav over there. They always get a few shots on me, and I'm trying to mitigate that, but whatever. They haven't hit him yet. No. I think they get a few shots, hits the wall, and then the Jabber goes bananas on him. And extreme psychic drone level now, so we're having some issues with that. We have Buzz Keck in a daze. Like, that's one of the Caravan members, I believe. They're it's one of our new joiners, actually, from a base we smashed. But anyways, needless to say, the Jabbers don't do too much. It takes too long. We have more Minotaur joining as we convert. I managed to get 2 of them off, and they took them both down. And I just keep doing this, like, day in and day out. And now we're down to 4. It's almost at a point where we could just charge the bastards. As soon as I can cast that spell again, I think I will send 1 more over there to deal with them, and then we'll charge them. Best not to lose anybody. Mostly I'm concerned about leg and hoof injuries, because if we take some of that, it's going to slow down our caravan. But back home, we end up getting a very large group of very angry critters showing up. And it's... if they do go after the mechs over there, it's not going to be a problem. So I'm going to send somebody out that's mounted to see if we can lure some of the bastards over. If we can lure them over to the mechs, and not piecemeal like as a group. I don't even know if that's going to work. They don't seem too interested in this dude here. Zaukuk isn't having much. He got 1. You know, uh-oh. It looks like it's going to catch him, but it's just because we were going in the swamp. And then once we get the flat open ground, we take off. And then once we get to some cover, I'm going to try and go in somewhere where you can't just smash the door out on me right away. There's still carcasses of animals laying everywhere, pending butcher. Yeah, see, when we get to bad soil, he really makes a lead on us. But otherwise, we get out of there quick. So anyway, we do have a squirrel we can sacrifice for whatever that's worth. And 8,000 melee points given to one of our crew. We're still foraging 308 berries a day, but our food's it says our food's gonna rot in 9.3, but it doesn't say how much. So probably because we just have too much food and it's too much to put there. There is the city down there. So leave me some comments and I will attack it. If you want me to attack it, if you want me to carry on with the plan for the game, I'll do that too. A large Jabberslav shows up nearby, but we're just going to ignore him. You can see our wealth has been climbing dramatically. We're back up to like 280,000 again. Again, that's mostly items. It could be those critters on the map. So at some point, they do eventually start wandering off here, and some of them wander by the mechs. But they're not really in attack mode. They're just in get the hell off the map mode. But the mechs do decide to attack them regardless of that. Sadly, they all rot, so we won't get to butcher a bunch of them. So this is the final jabber, I think I'm going to cast on these guys. And we got one guy left. I don't know if it... Oh, yeah, the psychic drone has got everybody at -40. And another one of the prisoner Minotaur has joined. So we're going to have quite the herd of Minotaur here. It's going to be pretty awesome. So we gather up the forces here. Seems like the best play because I don't want to have to wait for Savage Dominion to recover itself once again. I'd rather just run out and beat this guy silly. And if we can get someone to him before he gets too many shots off on us, boom, done deal. Now, watch what I do. Blow the piss out of myself and kill one of my horses with those goddamn magic staffs again. The only damage we took in that battle was from our own magic staffs. So, it's just brutal. And I don't know. I find it. We do have some pirates show up to raid as we're still recovering from damn near killing ourselves with our magic staffs. I have some people caught outside, and I don't think we're going to be able to get them in. They won't go around. They're trying to go right towards the enemy who are well armed. So I should have just manually forced them to go around that pond sooner, but it's too late now. And Nuckhawk isn't walking too well. One of them has boots. Winged boots, so he can jump. He's going to be safe, but the other guy is going to get destroyed out here. Maybe he won't die, though. If so, we'll go rescue him later if we have the chance. Ooh, he does have armor on, and that actually saved his bacon there. So here they come. It's a shitload of pirates. There's a fire burning next to the dude. They also cast some magical wolves on him, which are pretty brutal, like massive, super strong wolves. Sorry, I was looking at those trees. We're going to set Cuxar up to go over there and do a rescue on that dude, and we'll get everybody else over here gearing up to fight the battle. And we do have 3 people that are down and out from our last little mishap. I'm going to do Cloud of Flies and Pestilent Breath over there just to start wounding them when they come in, and then our melee people are going to have to hold back a little bit, but there we go. Let's see what we can do. They do come in with some grenades and start flinging them like crazy. Those are dwarven grenades. Some of them are riding Mournfang. I don't really want to fight that, but there it is. We'll have to deal with it. It's just pure chaos. One of them's on a Chimera. And also has a gun. And the Chimera shoots fire, which is fan-fucking-tastic. So eventually we get the job done. We've taken some serious damage. We have 1, 2, 3, 4... We have 6 people down, but some of them were down from before. I'm going to rescue our dude who's outside because he's still capable of surviving. It would have been nice to butcher those magic wolves, but they don't really give you much anyways. He's actually doing fine despite everything. I do want to retrieve his weapon as well. It's a very costly, very powerful weapon. I'm going to try and bring these wolves over too. Someone's infected, probably our guy that was laying in the dirt for so long. You don't know because you can't select the pawn that's being carried. A lot of mess, a lot of hassle. There's the Chimera over there. One of our Zinchi boys went down because there's a Zinch staff laying on the ground too. Oh, that Chimera shooting fire. That was tough, wasn't it? I didn't see that coming. And anyways, we run into an Empire goods trader with their caravan, but they don't have much to offer us. So we do make it to our next assault. And it's going to be against Beastmen again. Someone acquires a psychite addiction for whatever that's worth. It's a really nasty message. I mean, I guess most of the time you give a shit about it, but with so many pawns in and out of the game here. So Great Belly goes catatonic on us right before the fight starts. And Moonteeth goes over and lures the bastards in. Hopefully they don't go after our critters or we're going to have to come on out of this cave. I should have hitched up my critters somewhere over here, but it's too late now. We're just going to fight them. I don't think Beastmen... The only reason we really care about the critters is because they have all the goods on them. And not that the Beastmen aren't carrying a fair number of it themselves, but we're going to need those things when we arrive at our destination. Should we ever arrive at our destination. Slaughterer. Now Fallen Tooth decides he's going to go kill some of the animals. Again, right in the middle of the battle. Isn't that nice of him? I don't think he can get over there from this path. Alright, we got Dawn Belly Rough Shoulder and Saber joining us. Fallen Tooth is indeed going to be able to make it over and start killing our animals. But we got Right Shoulder nearby. So I'm just going to have him go over and attack Fallen Tooth with his sword. It's not too terrible of a weapon in terms of strength and damage that it's going to do. And he does manage to kill our donkey that we recently bought. And Right Shoulder does him in despite the armor he's wearing. So looks like a different settlement than we've had before. I think there's some meat smokers out there, which we never really got into because we have freezers. There's always going to be a herdstone at the center of a Beastman encampment. Decent security. So, I don't know. We look at everything. We claim everything. I'm going to set up some zones, set up some recreation, see if we can get our moods up here. There actually is already recreation there, so I don't really have to do anything. We do have to get people tended straight away. I don't want to drag that out too much. Just going to make zones around. We're also going to see if we can't butcher a lot of the beastmen that were here. And I feel like, yeah, we can't eat the meat. That's why we should probably sack a human settlement or two, but because it's chaos meat. But we can use the gore hide to make tents at our destination. Gloomfang gives up at that point, and I'm tempted to let him go, but I think we're just going to smash him to bits with whomever we can spare. There you go. Nutcock hits him with a whip a few times. Says, you're not running off with our awesome weapons and medicine, you dick. And even though your armor is tainted, you're not running off with it. We could use that armor. So anyways, we're in the middle of a big hip wasteland, and we have approximately 24.18 days to our destination. Somehow, I swear to God, we started this with 25 days. There's so much going on here that it's hard to make progress. I'm having fun, but these games are complete fucking chaos. It breaks down. People are doing stuff you don't want. It's just, and probably part of it's just having so many pawns and most of them being complete crap. But I guess it's part of the fun too. You don't have to care about what happens to them. So they're gonna head out, get on the road. Hopefully we make it. We'll have some trading partners along the way, try and buy some food. And please leave me a like, leave me a comment. We're still butchering all the pirates that attacked us back home. I do respond. Let me know if you want me to try and sack one of those cities. I feel like I'm gonna lose it because of the mental break issues, but I'll try. I love you guys, and I'll see you next time.